good idea.
Oh,
just what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Everybody, Chris and Tanya with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal in Palm Beach County, Florida. We are at a storage unit. We have been here for about an hour now. They were having problems getting into their unit, and they finally got it figured out, and they came down here, and the manager was like, oh, why don't you just go park in the front? I'm like, well, I'm kind of long. I don't want to block all your spots. He's like, no problem. People do it all the time. So we went around to the front, and he was like, oh, sorry, I thought you were in like one of those like, little U-Hauls. Like, I was like, we both said, like, we're long. So he said, all right, never mind, go to the back. So now we're in the back again. It's not a ton of stuff. I originally told her, like, if we're taking a 10 by 10, it's not all the way full, and we're only taking half. Expect like half a truck. So here's the price for that. And then we do charge a little bit for time if we're gonna have to sit there and pull stuff out for you to sort through and things like that. So I'm not really charging too much. I'll charge like a little bit for the hour wait, but not the whole hour, because it just happens. If people aren't pricks about it, I'm not terribly worried. Like, we've had people that they're very rude to us, even though it's literally not our fault. Like, I don't know if they're just upset with themselves or what, but they
take their frustrations out on us.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then they get upset when we want to like charge extra for time, and I'm like, we've been here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours before even doing the job, and then the job takes a while, and it's like, it's stupid. So if they're nice about it and they're like apologetic and they're like, I'm sorry, and like it's a legitimate reason, like, I'm not as crazy about it. But we have already been here for an hour for what will be half a truck, if that, which should take us an hour to load in the first place. So we'll do a little bit of a charge, but not enough to break the bank. It's getting really annoying being here. I'm trying to stay calm. It's not a customer's fault this time, but like the parking between the manager was annoying. And then I've probably been here like 10 plus times. These things here never move. They're always here. The one time I park over here because they're over here and I don't want to block them in, and I don't want to park over here because then people can't cut the corner. So I'm trying to be courteous. The one time I park here, this guy calls and he's like, hey, I need to get my truck out. You're blocking my spot. I was like, really? The one fucking time I park here. The one time. Crazy. So it's officially like 10:45. We've been here for almost 2 hours, and this is all we have on the truck right now. This one load and this. Super annoying. Obviously I have my phone number all over my truck, so it doesn't matter as much. But if they're this guy, for example, they have no markings. I have only seen them out here once, and it was to hook up a truck to the trailer. They've been here since we got here, and I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're not doing anything out here. But at one of the moving companies I worked for, they had these little sticky notes that they would say, hey, if you're parking at an apartment complex and you're blocking a couple of spots, go put these sticky notes on the windows saying, hey, sorry we're in your way, so-and-so moving company is helping your neighbor move. If you need us to move the truck for your vehicle, give us a call. And back then I was like, I don't want to put my phone number on this. Usually people are upset when we're blocking them in. Like, we've had people call the police on us saying like they refused to move, and I was like, you never asked me to. I just came down here. And then we had people would leave like nasty reviews like actively while we're on the job. So stupid. And like they'll take pictures too, and I'm like, why don't you just ask us to move? You know, crazy concept. But I thought that'd actually be a good idea. If you saw probably a month ago or two, me and Tanya went to go do a job, and it was for a repeat client, but they were doing roofing, and there was a truck on like the side we kind of wanted to park on. So we parked on the other side by the neighbor's house, like kind of adjacent to his. And we had this idea, like, we weren't blocking the driveway, but we were pretty close to it, and they did have 2 cars in the driveway. So we went over and knocked on the door and said, hey, we're helping your neighbor declutter. We have a truck and trailer parked out front. We're not really blocking you guys in, but we are pretty close to your driveway. So if you need us to move, please just give me a call. Here's my business card. And at the same time, we were marketing, and now they have our business card. So that's actually something that either doing that we wanted to do, or maybe do the sticky note idea. Because sticky notes are not going to leave like a residue like a flyer would if it rains. And I thought about doing magnets, like just kind of stick it on the car. But then maybe like you're gonna get those people that are like, oh, you scratched up my car when I took the magnet off, now I want a new paint job, you know. So people suck, you got to be careful. But yeah, that's just like the interesting way, I guess, we kind of thought about, like, that'd be a good way to market to neighbors without putting like yard signs out or door hangers out or something. We also thought too, speaking of door hangers, doing that same concept but having like a coupon on it, like, sorry for the inconvenience, if you need us in the future, here's $25 off.
You did it? Mom, I need you to look at something.
And we're at a quarter plus time. So I think we're gonna end up filling probably close to half a truck based on what they already told us that we need to grab when we get up there. I mean, at least marketing wise, we got some things out. We ran into a lady earlier who said she could use our information, gave her a card. Found out as a family member, the sister of the client's mom. But still, that just means that, you know, now she knows how we operate and who we are. So maybe more likely to use us. And then we asked the manager, because they couldn't get into the unit, we're like, hey, do you have junk removal companies already like kind of here with like with cards? And they're like, no one ever brings us to us. So we gave them a stack. So maybe we'll get some stuff in the future. When we asked the manager about cards, he said no one utilizes these things and then pointed at us. So screw it, I'll put a couple out here. The best thing you can do is have one person grab a card before someone takes it down. I'm gonna do one on the other elevator too. Why are you stopping?
Oh. I was like doing like an emotion.
You keeping this? Why is that so slow?
Had to stop at a Sherwin-Williams, and what better to park the truck out in front of people renovating their house. Plus, we got some free coffee. It's a good day. All right, we are back at the house. I went ahead and kept whatever we didn't dump. We got rid of most of it, but I kept some of the nicer like baby stuff, like some of the toys and stuff. I told her initially like we would donate if they're in good condition, and she's like, look, I'm so glad you're gonna donate these. I'm looking at some of them and I'm like, well, some of them, but some of them have pretty good staining, and like people are usually pretty picky when it comes to baby stuff for obvious reasons. I used to not take any baby stuff unless it was like brand new, because it's such a fragile little creature. Like you don't want to give it stuff that has stains or any kind of dirtiness to it. So, you know, whatever. But, you know, we kept some of it. We're going to put a post on the neighborhood chat and see if anyone wants some before we bring them to our donation lady later on. But that's basically all I really kept. It's all back here. After the dump, I went over to a Wawa nearby and did some truck branding. Just kind of sat out front for like 25 minutes or so. I find gas stations to be one of the better spots when it comes to truck branding, because you have a high turnover rate with traffic. Someone stops, they pump gas for 5 minutes, they look around, they leave, and then somebody replaces that within like 5 minutes. Especially if you get a busy place, maybe in a nicer part of town or in a high traffic area, you're gonna have a lot of people constantly looking at your truck. And I have gotten a couple of jobs where people said, I saw your truck at the gas station, or they send me a picture of the truck at the gas station, and I've gotten 2 confirmed jobs off of that. So, you know, it's not like a set deal, like you're guaranteed to get something. It's just, you know, if you're already planning on going there, maybe just hang out for an extra 10 minutes. Or if you're kind of slow, just go bounce around a couple of areas. Go to like the nicer areas or the higher income areas. It doesn't hurt. But when I first started, that's a lot of what I did. Was I did a lot of free marketing, and not just free, but marketing that I was able to pile on top of each other. So for example, I would do my ghost routes, which is like a intentional driving route. So I would go to specific areas that I want to work in, and I would go drive up and down the neighborhood roads, go drive through like the slower like 2-lane roads, downtown areas, go hang out by gas stations, Home Depots, certain plazas, especially if they have like a Whole Foods in it or something, or a Sprouts. You know, like if you can afford to shop there, you can afford junk removal, is how I looked at it. So I would drive around to these different places, and then when I stopped at each place, I'd hang out there for like 15-20 minutes, do social media on my phone, Nextdoor, Facebook, you know, messaging businesses on Instagram, things like that. And then in addition to that, I would put yard signs out at everywhere I stopped. And depending on the accessibility, if I had my trailer with me, I would also stop by in places to market to them. I was always wearing my uniform, So I would just walk into a gas station and say, hey, can I put some cards on your bulletin board in the back? And if you guys ever have illegal dumping, can I leave some cards behind? Or if I'm at a plaza and maybe when I drive around back, there's a lot of like illegal dumping on the outside of people's dumpsters, I can go walk into a store and say, hey, I noticed that the dumpster adjacent to your door looks like it has like a mattress on the side. I know the city's not going to take that. If that happens a lot, here's our information. Or try to get the property manager's name if you can't find it online. You know, something else I would do is kind of just making use of my time when I'm already out on the job. So if we went to an apartment building, for example, and we were doing apartment 304 and whatever we pulled out, if I'm not a constant person at that building, we're gonna go to the management office and say, hey, we just got done doing a junk removal service for apartment 304. I wanted to stop by and drop off a couple of cards if you guys don't already work with a junk removal company. And if you yourself ever have evictions or, you know, bulk dumping problems, or, you know, maybe you're swapping out furniture in the lobby or something, you know, we'd love to leave you your card. We're licensed, we're insured, we can provide a COI, and you're just trying to make use of the fact that you're already at that building. You already have a little bit of credibility because obviously a resident there hired you. And to me, it was just an easier thing to do to market right then and there versus taking like a whole day off to go by like 50 places. Obviously, if you have the time, but if you're a solo owner operator like I was, you don't really have the time that often unless you're just dead slow. But I found that to be useful. So anytime we went to like a new storage unit or we worked with a new realtor, you know, if the realtor is praising you by the end of the job, ask them, what office do you belong to? Like, obviously they might be like Illustrated Properties or Posh or Keller Williams. Great. What office is yours though? And then say, do you think they would be okay if we stopped by to leave behind some marketing material, you know, and bring like bagels and donuts and coffee or something? Because then what you can do is if you go to their office, even if they're not there, just say, hey, we just got done doing a job this last weekend for one of your agents so-and-so, and we wanted to go ahead and drop off these items for you guys to see if any of your other agents could maybe use us for their clients during the buy-sell process. Some of them are going to have people they use, that's fine, but your goal is to try to get the other realtors who don't, who just look for somebody on the spot. So that was something I always found to be just really efficient, and it helped me stay consistent. You know, I'm not out doing every single place in the city per a day, which could be great if you have the time, but I was able to do a little bit here. And it also allowed me to tackle more of my general county versus like kind of just doing city by city, which could take months to do, especially if you get backed up. So that was something that I just found to be very helpful, time-wise, efficiency, everything. So if you're struggling with marketing, I recommend giving that a try. Just start incorporating it. Every time you do a job, put a yard sign out nearby. You know, maybe do a couple of door hangers. You know, talk to some local places nearby. Hang out by their neighborhood if it's a high traffic area, and just park your truck there. I think having your vehicle visible goes a lot farther than a yard sign does, because everyone has a yard sign, but you don't know who's behind that yard sign. Like, you could have a nice yard sign and it could be some hole in the wall painter who's gonna come in and paint right over your outlets because they don't give a fuck, you know, even if they're cheap. Like, it's, you know, having a truck and trailer, or having a truck with signage or something and having people inside of the truck, or at least at an establishment you know they're nearby, I just think has a little bit more credibility to the fact that you're an actual company and you're not just some random yard sign on the road. So that's just my opinion though, but I found that to be helpful. We're gonna head inside. I have a couple of things I have to do, and we'll see y'all next time. Let me know down below, what do you do to stay efficient with marketing?